I'm CJ Jackson, and I've always wanted to follow a species of fish from catch to plate. We're starting in the northwest of England for two important reasons. It's one of the most beautiful parts of the country with a very long tradition of fishing.
Just done a family tree and there's 12 generations have gone back fishing. So
wow!
I think at one point fishing was sort of freedom.
It's also a key fishing area for a little known but fantastic species of fish called Thornback ray. Before we get started, let's talk about names. This particular group of fish have historically been referred to as skate, but actually there are a number of different species of skate and ray within the category. We're focusing on Thornback ray from the Cumbrian coast. It's sustainable, it's delicious, and it supports the heritage of a wonderful sector in this part of the country, so something to definitely ask your fishmonger for. Today, I'm here in Whitehaven on the most beautiful day. I've been wanting to follow the journey of a species of fish for as long as I can remember. We've got a real focus now on the Thornback rays being landed onto the Cumbrian coast. It's absolutely one of the nicest fish you can eat. It's widely considered to be one of the best of the ray and skate group. It's economical, it's very healthy, and it's really sustainable. So, Ron, what is your role here at Whitehaven?
I effectively run the fishing in Whitehaven. In the Eastern Irish Sea, it's a seasonal fishery. In the winter time, from November onwards, we've got the scallopers that land here.
Right.
In the summer, we've got the prawns, and then, of course, in part of the winter, we've got the skates,
right,
which is the thornback skate. Essentially, in the winter time, there isn't much else in terms of local vessel fishing other than the skates. They are high protein, they're low in salt, they're sustainable as well. So what we need to do is to make the public more aware of the benefits of it.
And we need to get local restaurants using them. We need to really appreciate that they're a fabulous fish, but it's trying to get people to understand that, you know, we love our cod, haddock, salmon, tuna and prawns. Nothing wrong with that. It's that whole thing of getting the general consumer in Great Britain to eat more fish like this. It's like monkfish. 40 years ago, nobody liked it. It was cat food, and then you have a few TV chefs saying, oh, this is lovely, and now it's premium fish. So, Ryan, what's your favourite fish?
Skate.
Is it?
Yeah, I like skate every week if I can.
When did you first have it?
I was a kid.
Yeah, okay, we're brought up with it.
Yeah.
That's a key thing, is getting them eating it young. With the chippies?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Ah, that's it.
My little boy, you just try it there. And it's more like chicken.
I'm here at Maryport. Never been here before, but it's a beautiful day. We have come here to catch up with a boat called the Charisma and the skipper John. They have been landing Thornback rays, and we're going to come and see what they've caught for us today. This is John McAvoy and Kevin Musgrove.
That's right.
Kevin is off boat at the moment, but he's been a long time at sea. And John, this morning, we've been looking at his landing. He's had a long time at sea, and then 3 hours on the quay here selling his fish.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been out on this last trip?
48 hours.
Get any sleep?
4 hours.
4 hours sleep the whole time. What are you going to do now? Going home to sleep and get a good meal?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, shower first.
All right. And Kevin, when did you last go to sea?
How long ago was it? 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. John, your team, you've got Charlie.
Yeah.
Is it just the two of you out?
Yeah, we just fished the boat two-handed. Yeah.
That's so tough.
Yeah.
Just the two of you managing for 2 days.
Yeah.
But you landed some spectacular species.
Yeah.
We're here looking at working with Thornback rays.
Yeah.
So how do you think you might get people eating a bit more of us?
Well, we're starting to selling on the quay since COVID. We've been gradually selling more and more and more. It's just word of mouth, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just people starting in the queue say, "Have you tried them?" And they starting to over and now they cook them. So yeah, but I'd say it's normally the older generation that eats it. Like, yeah. I hope you can promote the thornbacks because it's a sustainable fishery. To be honest, it's grown out of control, to be fair. Like,
Microwave it.
Yeah.
Bit of clean film.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper, butter. There you
Excellent.
go.
Yeah, very nice.
The flesh just
peels off. Somebody said it's a bit like taking pulled pork off a bone.
Oh, yeah.
in the chiller of the Charisma boat, and they very kindly kept me a whole Thornback ray. I'm going to take this or follow this down to Fleetwood fish market, where they're going to process it for me. It was caught this morning, incredibly fresh, and off we go to Fleetwood. Our host today is Patrick from Midland Fish. I'm going off to meet him now, and he's going to show us round. So a little bit about yourself.
So I'm sort of third generation wholesale fish merchant. Been in the industry 28 years. We're generational. We tend to find that in the workforce. So most people on here, if you ask them, would say, yeah, my grandfather, he was either a fisherman, he was a lumper, put fish on the auction, he was a filleter.
Is that what we used to call them, a lumper?
Yeah, the lumpers, yeah, they landed to us. Fleetwood as a town, we think rough estimates are around 300 to 400 people involved in the industry.
Right. So looking at what's landed here, what species?
For fish that comes across the market that's sold on the auction, if it's local boats, 70-80% of that would be skate.
Very interesting, because for many years my parents would always talk about skate, but actually what they didn't understand is a differentiation between skate and rays. What we need to do, I think, is highlight the fact that we need to differentiate between the two and start calling them rays.
I know that there'll be 2 or 3 traditional fishmongers that we do that will call it ray.
Right, okay.
The more modern shops I do in Manchester will ask for skate.
Interesting. You don't get many whole fish landed in here. It's always been sold as the wings, is that
Yeah,
right?
so the wings are already cut out, and we would then buy on the market the wings skin on, bring them back into the processing factory, skin them, trim them, and basically then that's as far as you need for pan ready to eat. I would never have an issue or struggle selling the cheek. I can't get enough of them.
Interesting. Have you eaten much of it yourself?
I do eat skate, yeah,
Like
and I love it.
Yeah.
Genuinely love it. The bread and butter for any chef, maybe 60s, 70s dish, was the skate and capers. And I think there's so much more you could take with it now and sort of shine a light on it in a different way. I'd mentioned to you, we chatted earlier, I think that I saw somebody barbecuing it. And all of a sudden it takes on an appearance, because skate, when you pull it off the bone, as you'll know, does have sort of like that pulled pork.
Yeah.
Look, do you know?
Little strips.
It's just not dissimilar, and it's pure meat.
Yeah, lovely.
It's very sensibly priced, and your local fish merchant will be very sensibly priced.
Yeah.
And it's something that a restaurant can offer that's sensibly priced.
Very sadly, I'm on the last part of my journey of watching the Thornback ray landed into Whitehaven, Maryport, into Fleetwood for processing, down to Billingsgate, and we're now filming the cooking and, best of all, the tasting of the Thornback ray wings. This morning I'm actually in the kitchens, which is above the trading floor. A great company in Fleetwood, which is Oban, they have actually sent me a box of Thornback ray wings which have been skinned, ready to cook, and I picked them off the market this morning. I think people forget that we're an island nation. We've got all these fish we land around the UK coast, and I've always been interested in fishing, but the more I've been involved in the industry, the more excited I am about it. It's not just picking up a fish and saying this is how you prepare it. There's something different about every single species. It's not just like having a piece of steak on a plate. You know, you're going to get half a dozen types of steak you can pan fry. These give you such a range of different flavours and textures when you're cooking it and when you're working with it. It's a really exciting thing to eat, and we need to eat more of it. To work with me this morning, I've got Max Burns, who is an influencer, and he is young. He hasn't eaten any skate, I don't think, in his life, or any rays in his life, and he's going to have a chance to do some tasting with me today, and I'm looking forward to introducing him to the delights of cooking ray wings. Any reason why you've not eaten it before?
I've never come across it professionally working in kitchens. It's just never been an ingredient that I've worked with, and I've never really seen it on a menu.
Max, here we are with all our dishes. We've got the roast ray wing with our puttanesca of tomatoes, capers, black olives and grilled peppers, and that's a decent sized portion.
Okay.
And that was half the wing. the other half of the wing there. So just in that one wing, you've easily got two portions. That actually, for some people, might even be a bit too much, but for me, it would be perfect. So have a little taste of that and see what you think. Yeah.
Wow, it's like Mediterranean vibes.
It is, isn't it?
The ray lends itself very well to the sharpness of the capers and the olives and the tartness of the tomatoes, because it is quite like a decadent, it's quite moist and tender and almost like buttery meat.
It's amazing that it's such a good nutritional basis to that fish, but it's really meaty. A lot of people often say that fish doesn't fill them up, and I think that would certainly fill you up.
Oh yeah, I'd happily eat a full wing of this.
Here we have beurre noisette, and that is just gorgeous with butter. Gorgeous.
Oh, hats off.
Hats off. The end one is our roast ray wing off the cartilage, stuffed with a little bit of samphire, sitting on a bed of spinach, and Max has made a beurre blanc to go over the top. We put prosciutto over the fish and roasted it. So there you are, you try that bit. I'm going to have a little flavour here. The samphire and the saltiness for that, a little bit of spinach underneath, and the prosciutto, which gives you that little bit of saltiness too, is gorgeous. And here is our Kiev, so it's Ray Kiev. Absolutely fantastic.
I'd give that a 10 out of 10.
I would as well. So I hope this has whetted your appetite for what is an unsung hero of a great British fisheries. If you would like more information about Thornback Ray, please get in touch. To accompany this film, we have produced a special guide on the Thornback Ray, which you can find on the Seafish website. Thank you so much for watching.